Hi guys, it's Aegis here. So today, I'm not going to do a deck profile here. That I still have a few premium ideas that I want to try, but before we actually get into the next set, which is basically just next week, I want to just talk about my thoughts on the energy mechanics. So we have been through, at least for the JP side, we have been through the starters that we started to use energy for uh, basically, except playing with the starter Great Freeze, we just energy blast 7 to draw a card, which is quite new to all of us, and uh, I believe a lot of people like me who have been forgot to energy charge every single turn, or just didn't realize we have more than 7 energy that we can just use for draw on since we don't use for anything else. That happens. And up to DCP 01, where we have a lot of different units that actually utilizes energy. We have the new kind of the ride cost grade 2s that allows you not only to draw a card when you use it as a ride cost, but also guard from hand by energy plus 3 or kind plus 1. So that's some kind of energy usage generically. And then we have a lot of different decks that involve using energy, no matter by the main Vanguard or the support cards that actually doing that, right? So, uh, like, I just want to share about my thoughts on energy after gone through this much, because it is a lot to digest, and just want to share my thoughts basically. Now, some of the new decks that I've been playing are these: the Dolls, Fagra, Progress, and then Veneno, Lascaria. So all of these do some kind of using energy, right? For this, if you are using the triple rare girl grade 2, then you will need to use energy. uh, if you use defensive orders, then you will use energy, and you just, of course, the right cost, as I said before, also use energy. So uh, the drawing 7 is not that easy to get. It's a good to have, but it's not a must right now. But when we are like in very early stage, when we don't use energy for anything else, then that's a good thing to do, right? And then for Veneno, uh, we use quite a lot of energy because we use it on Visitor, right? So in my deck profile video, I also did mention that I 99% will not use the energy plus 7 to draw card. I think those you have a little bit chance of using that, but you do have other skills to take care of, so uh, it's still up to you. But these two I don't usually get to draw one with the 7 energy blast. Also, just in case, not sure if you know or not, that unfortunately, even we have cards that actually energy charge, we can't get energy in premium. So far, that's my understanding, because we don't have the energy generator, we don't have the crest, uh, so it's not happening. Because at one point, we are thinking that the energy generator isn't exactly key, but it is a card that keeps generating energy for you, so you can keep using them. But we do have cards that do some energy charge, right? Uh, for example, the products that you get for CEO with the new, like the satellite Grade 3 set order that can actually energy charge, right? And we have some other example as well. So we thought that we can just generate energy from there and use energy in premium. But so far, we can't use energy, and unfortunately that limits how we expand some of the standard decks into premium, right? For example, for Lascaria, yes, she herself isn't using any energy, but then her deck mechanic involve using the Shadow Blade that requires energy blast, because if you don't use that Blitz Order, that means you're still using only one Blitz Order per turn, and that's not too much reason that you are putting Lascaria Veneno into premium, right? With Fagra, it's a bit different. I did show my premium idea that you don't need to use energy at all. You just use him with Donald's Drive to just withstand as much as you need it to win the game. So yeah, that's one thing. And then Rizal, that the Miracle Faded one that I also made a deck for it, mixing with Claire Sword and doing okay. And that card itself doesn't cost you energy, so far he can fit in as well. The Dark States one I think will fit as well. Lyrical one will fit as well, but for CEO Welstra, because he needs to use energy to use his skills, then that means we can't actually fully utilize his skill in premium, and then that's not much interest to actually like kind of make that happen, right? Because you will be using a card that cannot fully utilize his skill, right? Also, there's one more remaining. Let's see, a Sogar. Yes, Sogar, of course. Sogar requires energy as well, so unfortunately it's not happening in premium. So far energy is only for standard, just like Riot deck, but little knowledge for Riot deck that the area actually exists. So if you are using the upgraded Dragon Tree, that you can put triggers into your Riot deck and then use it, right? That can still happen in premium. Yeah. I did saw a QA for it, so it is happening. So far there are things that, for example, Riot deck, because it's clearly stated that we don't have a Riot deck to use in premium. We don't prepare for that when we do a deck build. That is something that I thought is not actually existing in premium, but then it's there. And then energy, that we all thought that we don't need the generator, we just need to find a way to generate ourselves, and then it's not right. So that's a lot of mechanics that you just need to keep track with different formats. But so far, having energy here, I think it's a very good mechanic, and it's a different kind of resources that not that easy to just be gone. By saying that, it's just like in standard, when we are looking for Soul Blast, when we are looking for Counter Blast, they are so valuable, especially Counter Blast. That, for example, Vanguard, you need to use like 3 Counter Blast for a full combo, including Divine Skill. But then it's not that easy to find that 3 Counter Blast, and you usually just use it as a one-turn move, and then you basically just stop, and you are having a hard time. But with Energy Blast, you at least have the early game to just stock up your energy to like 6 to maybe 9, and then you might use 2, you might use 3, and then you still have a chance to use for another one, so you can just fully utilize it for about 3 skills and then stock it up again. Or you can just use it for 1 to 2 per turn, like 1 to 2 skills per turn, which costs you on average 3 to 5 energies, and then you can just stock up and do the same for the next turn. So it expands a lot of different strategies, it expands a lot of options, because like when we are looking into Blitz Orders, that a lot of old Blitz orders requires you, for example, the defensive instincts, that you actually need to apply the skill and the defensive power to a unit. So that is 1+1 for the full effects. And then there are like the Blitz order the Sogar uses, the grade 2 one, Soul Blast 1, draw 1, and then depending on how many other ordered cards with different names, you get the power. So you still need to like Soul Blast, and there's always a chance that you don't have any soul and that card just stuck there, right? Even though Energy Blast doesn't mean that you will always have energy, you will still run out of energy to use those Blitz order or other effects that you are looking for. But I think it at least provides you and other resources. Of course, you need to manage that very well, but it gives you more resources to kind of doing the same thing. Kind of means you want to defend yourself, and some of the cards can't do that in certain situations, but with energy you can cover that part. And then when the other situation happens, you use those existing ways to do your job, right? So it's again very interesting that with the energy mechanics, but at the same time I do want to talk about how we actually managing energy is not in-game, but well, it's kind of in-game, but it's not in-game mechanic wise, but it's actually how we manage energy in the real game. That we have to find 10 of these energy cards, use the energy generator, and then just find a space to just keep adding on it. Or you use the counter and then use the kind of official item to put on it to just move it around. For me, I'm not a person who is very good at managing small things, so if I need to keep track on that little icon there, it will be lost somewhere very easily. So I'm not using the method of having the counter and then just put things there and then just move it, because sometimes I even just confuse, right? So I'm using cards, and then that take up space and sometimes it's hard to manage. But so far I don't see a solution for this in the past. Like, for example, how we get our life counters for Buddy Fight is actually a very good idea. You have a paper there, and then you just rotate the circle paper that they have, and then that's it, right? Or you have like a thick paper sleeve, and then you just go up, go down for your life. That to count energy, I think that's something that is actually workable too. So I hope like one day we can see some evolve in how we use this, but I also can understand why they are doing that, because when you see the I think it's the SCR or something that just released recently, kind of with a character sign on energies, and then you look in so many different events, like looking at the earlier Vanguard Fest, the special icon energy that went up very high, and then there is also like a Gira van or something event that the now the energy with now went up so high. I also bought myself one of the normal copy and it cost me over 2,000 yen, and I think it's the foil version or just like a better version cost you almost like 10k yen, right? And like some people even just got 10 of those, so you can see how much money that they are spending on this. And for upcoming Vanguard Fest, we are going to get more special version of the energy as well. So yeah, that part is definitely going to eat up your money if you're going to not just using the simple ones and you are looking for some higher rarity ones. Just kind of like the process when we are using our imaginary gift, kind of. Um, but yeah, that's how money's being taken from your wallet, right? So that part I can totally understand because like every side needs to find a way to make money, right? Even in other card games, for example, in the Dragon Ball Fusion world now, it's like One Piece that you just people go in and fight for uh, the money card, right? That's how you get money. And then when cards are short period, they went up for a higher. That also part of the money. Fusion World also got their own gold foiling energy card that you only need one per game basically, and that costs a lot of money, right? Yeah, like even like battle spirits for the contract spirits, you get special art version of those, and those are money. So every card game will find a way to just ask you for money out of your pocket, and energy is a good thing to go. And if you just prefer to use the normal one, that's totally fine, right? Because we never get limited what kind of energy marker that we need to use, as long as it's something that's valid, right? So we can just use those and just be happy. So, but yeah, that's basically all I want to share. Like, I do feel the energy system itself is good. Giving you more resources to do things is good. The only thing is I actually prefer to also have a choice to just have a counter, right? It can be something that is made by Bushido, kind of like the magic ones, that you just have a little counter there and then you just click on those and move it and then you get the counts. It can be something special for like purchase with a like this kind of decks. There's a lot of things that you can just go for, and some people might actually like those, right? Instead of buying a lot of different energy promos, now you just find yourself a special counter, and then you just make it simple, make it easy, and then less messy on the table. Because when there's more and more and more and more stuff going into the game, there's a lot of things that we need to take care of. Going back to Dragon Ball again, that not we only have a main deck, we also have a side deck, we also have a C deck, and then we also have a leader card, and then we have the lives. There's a lot of things going on the table, and it can be messy. And so far, I haven't actually get into like a very extra deck kind of thing, except in premium. So, but then the kind of extra deck becomes the right deck, and also all of your crests and such, and that already taking up some spaces. So let's see. Hopefully we have ways to make it less messy, or maybe we just get used to it. Yeah, so I think that's all I want to share. Do let me know your thoughts on energy, your thoughts on the energy generator crest, your thoughts on, do you prefer to have energies in premium, everything, right? Or even just the decks that you play actually utilizing energies a lot or not, just using it to draw, having a lot of different effects that using energy blast, and how do you feel about those? Feel free to let me know in the comments down below. That's all I need to share. Feel free to just subscribe to my channel for more. Sometimes I will do this kind of talk. I do plan it to do things like this more often if I find something that I think is worth to discuss. And of course, my deck profiles, deck fights, unboxing will just keep going. And yeah, just let me know any thoughts in the comments down below. Subscribe, watch more other contents, and I will see you guys in the next video. Signing off.